Oh my god, guys, the most exciting thing here. I feel like I'm like Blair Witch projecting right now. I'm gonna be like, I can't. I don't know. I feel like I'm in the Halloween mood right now, but I can't do it. But guys, the most exciting thing is look, I have a bed. Look, it's an actual bed. It's an actual bed. And I have a dresser, or bedside table, sorry, and a lamp. And I also got this like memory foam pillow that I'm really excited about. But the best thing about this bed, right, is, oh, wait, it has drawers. It has drawers. This is like the coolest thing I've ever bought. I'm also trying to get like my clothes in there. There's my tripod because I'm going to try and film, but I haven't really done much. But this is like my mini update of like the move so far. Today is 7 on Sunday and I am totally filming this Sunday afternoon, so this is going to be like a struggle to see if I actually get this edited because I have to keep unpacking and do certain things. I also had the back window on my car just shatter by itself, so I've also got to go clean that. So like a lot has been happening in the last couple of days. But I also find, because one week I work 6 days and the other week I work 4 days, and my 6-day week I just find it really hard to film another video because like I just don't seem to have time. Because my 1 day off I totally do like other things, but I am trying to get into like some kind of system. But also like once I have bookshelves behind me, I feel like the videos will be like a lot more fun and a lot more like thrilling for me to do. But I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to be talking about books / series that I really need to finish. I have a lot of series that I've been in the middle of for like many years, but I just can't force myself to finish them off. I even brought 1 or 2 with me and I still haven't read those books because I just can't do it. But I need to be forced to do it. If anyone is willing to buddy read any of these books with me, it would be much appreciated. But also just yell at me for the books that you definitely think I need to get to, but I'm excited for this topic. The first book I'm going to mention is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, because I'm actually still 50 pages into this book and I haven't finished it, so I'm very mad at myself. I took it off my Goodreads currently reading because I am going to reread it, because I feel like this is such a thick and dense fantasy. Not a bad thing, but like I've been reading a lot of contemporary lately and I don't know if I'm in the right headspace to read this book, but I also really just want to. I've had it for like 3 years since I got it in a book box and I haven't been able to do it, and the fact that I managed to start it I'm proud of, but like I need to finish the book, and it's just a very large book. But I know everyone enjoys it, everyone had a really fun time with it, even though it's a big fantasy. But I feel like I just need to get like more into it and more like developed with the world building and such. And I do know that Miranda said she would buddy read this with me, but I have to wait for a point where I'm like okay to do it. Like I have enough time, I'm in the right headspace, and she's already read it, so for her to reread it with me would be great. But like it's just a lot. It's a lot to undertake. And the next series I'm going to mention is the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafe. So obviously I had finished this at one point because it was only going to be a trilogy, but then the new series happened, so I reread the first 3 and then I read the 4th one, and I just can't make myself read the 5th and 6th one, and I don't know why. Like I have to admit the 4th book was not the best thing ever, so that's also keeping me from finishing the series. But I just want to know where it's going to go, and I feel like every day there's a new book coming out. Like now there's going to be like a novel about Warner, even though it's a novella, it's like the size of a novel, so I'm gonna like okay whatever. But it seems like it just keeps getting expanded and I'm not catching up. I'm stressed about myself here because I'm just not catching up with the things that I need to catch up with. But like I'm just mad. Like I love the trilogy and I really wanted there to be more story, but just where it's expanded to I'm not liking as much. And I'm like, we could have just left it. We could have just been like, no, this don't need to happen, and it would have been way better. And of course I'm going to mention the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer because I've just still not read Winter and I can't seem to do it. I've also not read Fairest or Stars Above, so like I've read 3, I haven't read 3, and again I started to do a reread and I just have not done well. I brought Scarlett with me and I haven't managed to read it, but I am intrigued again. Like after Paige read it last month and she was talking about it and how much she really liked it, I was getting like really excited to like hopefully pick it up. But I'll probably do it next month or the month after. Like I'm gonna make it a goal to read it before the end of the year, because I really should. But Wolf and Scarlet are my favorite ships, so I definitely think I'm going to enjoy this process. But then like I'll reread Cress, and then I'll try to read Fairest, and then hopefully get into winter, but it's also like an 800-page book, so there's like a lot there to have to deal with. Like, it's a lot of book. But I've really got to try and make myself finish this series. The next series I really want to try and finish is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, and like I've already made plans to reread the first book because it's been like 5 years since I first read it, and I remember I kept collecting the books as they came out. I have not finished them, but I own all 6, so I could literally binge the whole series, even though I don't binge things, but maybe I should try. But I also feel like it's a bad idea to read a full 6-book series back to back. Like, I don't think I could do it, but I definitely think I would enjoy this. But I've also heard so many bad things that like the first 4 books are the best and then the series goes downhill, and I don't know if I want to get committed to the characters and then have to deal with that. Like, I don't know how I feel about all the things, but I am definitely wanting to do it, but it's definitely not something that's like priority for me. But like, again, if anyone wants to buddy read this series with me, like we could do one a month and then get through it in 6 months, like please hit me up. I have to mention Three Dark Crowns by Ken Abbeyleec because I always talk about this series. Like, this is another one where I started to reread it because I read the first book like 5 years ago and I wanted to like get back into the series, and I was hoping to enjoy it more because even though I do like these books, there's just something about it that just shits me, and I don't know what it is because I like a lot of the relationships and the characters, even though I do not like Catherine. She shits me. It could just be Catherine, she just shits me so much. But I really do like this book, but I just can't do it. I literally started the reread when I went to Hong Kong in 2019, so like, it's been a long time. I've got plans to finally finish the second book because I'm halfway through it, so I need to do that before the end of the year. And then I'll have to try and attempt to read like the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. I think there's 5 or is there 4? No, I think there's 2 more novels I have to read. So at least there's only like 2 more, like 2.5 books that I have to read, but like I just can't do it. Next, I want to talk about Carnival by Stephanie Garber. So this is definitely one that I feel like it's taken me a very, very long time because I read Carnival back in the day when it first came out and there was so much hype for it and it was like a really fun time. But then I bought Legendary and then I never read it. But then I also bought Finale and I never read it. And then like another couple of years went past and I still haven't read it. So I missed the hype train by a lot, and I just don't know why. I'm just mad at myself because I actually really do like these books and these characters, and like I finally read Legendary either at the end of last year or at the start of this year, and now I am going to read Finale. I actually kind of put up like this kind of questionnaire for people to tell me what books I should read, and Finale was the one that got the most votes, so I'm planning on reading it in my next couple of reads because I actually just got a couple of books in the mail that I really want to read, so I don't know if I'm gonna like read Finale or read these books that just turned up that I'm really excited for. I've also been on this like really large contemporary binge, so like I don't know what to do, but I definitely feel that at least some of these are gonna happen before the end of the year. They're not gonna get finished, but I'm gonna attempt to continue on, which is just as good, right? And lastly, I just want to mention the Craw Prince by Holly Black because this is just like a hate read for me, so I haven't done it. I really should. I bought the other 2 books. This is when I used to just buy books for shits and giggles all the time. Like, I just kept buying a whole series. Even if I hated the book, I just continued to buy them because I'm like, I have to finish them. But now it's like, I'm just gonna finish that current book and then shit it off. No one needs to know about it anymore if I don't read it. But I just don't know if I should like reread. The sun has just decided to come down now. That is so annoying. I'm trying to figure out lighting here. Like, I feel like this video has been like really dark, but I just didn't want to like talk about it even though it's really bad. But yes, the Craw Prince, I don't know if I want to put myself through rereading the first book to see if I like it any better because I'm just gonna hate it. It shitted me so much, man. Like, I couldn't do it. But honestly, this is one of the most popular series. Like, people talk about it all the time. There's so much fan art, there's so much inside jokes, and everyone says that the second book, it gets better. Felt the same with ACOTAR, even though I really liked ACOTAR, but like, again, the second book got better. Like, is it gonna be in the same level of ACOMAF better? Or just like, you know, if I already hate it, I'm not gonna like it anymore? Like, please tell me. But like, I also, as I said, like, I just feel like I can't just not find out, and their relationship dynamic is the type of shit that I live for, so I'm just mad about the whole situation. But I just want to finish it, but I'm mad about it. So guys, that is all for today's video of talking about series that I need to finish. I bet you there's probably more than 50 series I'm in the middle of that I just have not continued. mad about myself, but honestly I'm actually really happy for the fact that I've managed to finish a lot of series this year. None of the ones I just mentioned, but other things. That's still always good, right? Like, I feel like that's a good achievement. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!